Well, welcome back to See, Hear, Love, and to our very first Christmas together. You've joined us on the second week of Advent, and if you missed our Monday show on SeeHearLove.com or Yes TV, where we talked about peace and the peace that Christ brings to us in the world, and I want to encourage you to head on over to SeeHearLove.com and watch the show so you can track with us over the Christmas season and throughout Advent. Well, I'm your host, Melinda, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Cheryl and Kimberley. Yay! And like we say, Kimberley all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. She's here in the studio and kitchen with us. And our See, Hear, Love blogger, Jen Lawrence.
Yay, Jen.
Oh, such great writing, Jen, over Christmas. It's been great. We also have here today a very special guest, Cheryl Hotchkiss, the Senior Director of Public Engagement at World Vision Canada. And we love World Vision. Yeah. They're such a great partner and sponsor with us. And Cheryl is here to help us reframe our giving and Christmas. Get this, consumerism. Yes, looking forward to this healthy and much needed discussion. So Cheryl, we're so glad you're here to give us insight and wisdom into this.
Love your hair, love your name.
Thank you.
Love those two things.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. The two Cheryls. Now, Cheryl,
Yes.
this is timely because you're here in the week of peace. And when you think about Christmas, you want it to be about peace, but it's so stressful.
Yeah.
The malls are packed. The parking lots are packed. We're thinking about gifts and what we're going to do, focused on buying and purchasing. And I feel that we've lost the real meaning of Christmas. Why do you think this is, Cheryl? Give us your wisdom. Why do you think we've lost focus and we're not peaceful?
Well, I mean, I think we desire to please those that we're around. We want to show our love to them. We want to express our appreciation for them. And then we're pummeled with messages on Facebook, on Twitter, on wherever we happen to hang out. We're getting messages of, look at this cool gift. I mean, BuzzFeed is constantly putting stuff in my Facebook feed about, what about this, what about that? So I think as a society, we get caught up in the messages that we are consistently receiving. And so I think one of the things that I certainly try to do is refocus my energy on what the season needs to be about for me and my family, which is about connecting, spending some quality time together, finding fun ways to express your love and affection and care for others. And I've really had some success with that, with my family from the time that my kids were little. Now they're teenagers and they're gift giving now too. So it's a whole different experience.
So how do you encourage different kinds of gift giving that way? Because I don't really want to go to the mall.
Yes.
I don't want to fight through the crowds and make my life even more stressful with work and everything else. What would be your suggestion?
Well, of course, one of the key things that World Vision does, and we've been doing it for quite a while, is our gift catalog. And within there, we've expanded the whole range of possible gifts that people can give, from smaller gifts amounts like $10 to larger gifts amounts, giving whole medical clinics. But also then there's gifts that you can get for others, like my necklace, where you can give a gift and it also gives beyond the gift itself.
Oh, I love that.
So we can marry the idea of expressing your appreciation for someone with something you give them, but also give to someone else through the giving of that particular gift.
Yeah, that must resonate with you, ladies, right? Because for all of us, are we not busy through Christmas?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
we are.
It is crazy. And you need to find ways to bring it down a bit and be at peace.
Yeah,
Peace would be good.
yeah.
We like it.
Yeah.
And we're consumed with buying just the right gift.
Yes.
And imagine now having this amazing sort of outcome of, I give the right gift, it's beautiful, you love it, and I can feel good about it because it's changing lives. So it's like a win-win.
Yeah. As Cheryl's talking, I mean, and I'm talking with you as well, but I mean, that before we get into more of the gifts, I just think that we need to stop for ourselves and figure out how we, as women, busy women, can get peace in our lives. So one thing is obviously smart shopping and something that's meaningful. What else? What else would you suggest as far as bringing the stress level from here to here and making this Christmas about peace? Because that's really the focus. Because, I have to admit, hand up, I have not been peaceful and living in peace, this season.
I think it's just, we say it over again, like just really intentional. If that means getting up 15 minutes earlier and listening to some worship music, because that's what brings me peace, and starting my day, if I don't start it right, I get a little hairy. And maybe stop listening to all the messages, because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. And like we've also said before, like, we set the tone a lot in the day. So it is up to us to kind of bring the peace, because then our family, it gives them permission to be peaceful too.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that. I'm going to piggyback off that. I think, you know, we set the tone as mothers, especially in the home, but just for dads too. You set the tone.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to pull away a little bit from the materialism of Christmas. I hear you on the consumerism, and really kind of like refocus back on the true meaning. And it's okay to kind of scale down Christmas sometimes. I think a year that's not so over the top can kind of recenter us as well. The kids may hate it, but they'll never forget it. Like, you know, I don't know if anyone's done a sort of a scaled down Christmas, but I feel like that would be a good
simplified.
We totally do. For my kids, most of their growing up years, I'm like, baby Jesus got 3 gifts, so you get 3 gifts, because it's his birthday, and how nice that he shares it with you.
That's great.
Because I have yet to hear them ever say, remember that Christmas when I got those awesome socks? But every year, remember when Aunt Kathy
That
was at our
moment.
house?
Yeah.
Or remember
The
when
experience,
Papa played the
the
guitar and we sang all those
moments.
songs? Or I think it's just the experiences.
Cheryl, what about you? You said that you have young kids to teen kids. What are you doing in your own family traditions that are helping you sort of refocus in on the meaning of Christmas?
Well, my kids are 16 and 18 now. Wow. So one thing that we've been doing that I really enjoy is having a thematic gift bag. It's this idea of little things that mean a lot, and it's creative, and each person gets to express whatever it is they like. One year we had anything for your favorite color. The next year we had food-related stuff. So it kind of
That's nice.
focuses
I like that.
gift giving in a way that you're having. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it is consumerism, but it's also something where you actually get excited because you go to a store and you're looking for a particular theme. So it really, and we enjoy the sharing of that opportunity together. And then we also really focus on family time because we're all going in many different directions. It's also time to just sit and be together and hang out together and talk together. And then we use the gift catalog as a way to then extend that conversation around giving to others. And we also do gift giving for, we pick a family in the community that we shop for, and we make them part of our experience. So lots of little ways that we make part of it. I can't always say it's always peaceful. There's a lot going on. But it's peaceful because I feel like it's for something.
Right.
It's for my family, it's for other families. And so with that, I don't feel so frantic because it feels meaningful. And it just helps me feel excited in amongst the busyness.
Amazing. I love it. It's an intentionality, right? Time.
That's so
Right?
key.
That's what we need. We need that this Christmas. You mentioned the gift catalog. I want to hand these out to everybody because everybody's like, whoa,
grabbing
talk.
them.
So for a lot of our viewers, and even ourselves, we've heard of it, we've seen it on commercials, but talk us through really impact, what it means, how to do it, because I honestly think this is one of the best ways to do Christmas, thinking of others, and also it's creative, it's
awesome.
different.
I love this.
Yeah, we've bought my dad a goat for years because, you know, parents don't really need anything. And it's kind of funny, like, here's an old goat. You know?
For the old goats?
And it's so meaningful. And that's what we like. You know,
Well,
this
you know,
catalog.
in this catalog, every year the team gets increasingly creative with what goes into it.
great.
So it expands from the animals that you see and are commonly associated to programs for education or putting school kits together. Also for economic support for women who want to grow their own businesses. But then the gifts that we have here are gifts that they're fair trade, and someone has made this and
Love
is
it.
receiving a fair wage. So they're getting a good wage for it.
Love that.
But we add a little more to the price so that part of that goes to where's most needed. So one of the challenges we have is there's a lot of unpredictability in some of our work these days with crises, be they conflict or weather related or climate related. We need increasing pools of funds that we can draw on for those. So that's what these do for us.
I love it.
Wow.
So it's not just a typical, like, get a goat, though that's good, and get a pig, But you're looking, I mean, there's clean water for families,
Yeah.
stock a clinic,
Yes.
There's
schools.
boots for kids that
I know.
need
It's,
boots.
yeah.
Well,
This-
just the
this-
awareness with what your dollars can do. It's like for $100, I can sort of get a gift card that someone may lose, or I can stock a medical clinic.
I know.
Like it makes it really
Yeah.
meaningful
Yeah.
how much your money can do.
I love this because it appeals to me in the sense that everyone has a different thing that tugs their heart.
Yeah.
And so someone could be, you know, I just want kids to eat, and I want them to eat something healthy. And I see that nutrition piece here. Mine is sexual trafficking,
saw that
and
here.
I was like, get
Yes.
out. Help sexually exploited children for a $75 gift. Like, come on.
Yeah.
know.
So no matter what is pulling on your heart, it's just all in here.
I think the other thing is, as gift givers, you know, we're often feeling really pressed to make sure we give something that reflects the person we're giving it to. And I think the range of gifts within this enable you, if you've got someone who's a real foodie, you can give gifts
Oh,
connected
right.
to
Yes,
food. If you've
great.
got someone who's really into roosters or chickens because they've got them in their backyard,
Yes, they do.
give them those.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know for a fact, we've had conversations where we say, you know, we actually know how many roosters and chickens we need in a given place. So they're counted and they are delivered
Right.
as requested. So it's a
good.
very
I love that.
deliberate process
Yeah.
of how many goats does this community need? And we combine that around the world, and that's what goes into this.
Fantastic.
You know, when you were talking in here about vulnerable children, your eyes lit up because I know that's something that's really close to you. I mean, you work at World Vision Canada, and so I know that that is something. How did it's sort of a backstory as we sort of talk about the gift catalog? How did you get here? Why is this so important that you want to get the message out about caring for the most vulnerable?
Well, I have had the pleasure of working in not-for-profit my whole life. I've worked for different organizations. I worked for a human rights organization and worked a lot on Indigenous rights issues. And then I just, growing up in the church, I was raised to be aware of the marginalized, those that didn't have the same. And I grew up on a farm. I wasn't really with the cool kids. I was kind of on my own margin, of a sort, being the only kid living on a dairy farm in Niagara Falls. So I've always had a heart for wanting to connect with people who are not in the midst of everything. They're on the edges of things. And so through World Vision, I've been able to be part of efforts to really ramp up a lot of the work that they're doing, not just in delivery of services and resources like what's in the gift catalog, but also systemic change, legal change. So when you talk about vulnerable children and children who have been trafficked, the situation there is systemic. It's about justice. It's about their families having economic opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's where my heart is, and that's why I so enjoy being part of the World Vision community.
And this is
I
so
love it
good.
This
This
is
is
so
so
good.
tangible. And this is like is it a cutting board?
It's a
or
cheese
It's a
board.
cheese board. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
I
Merry
love
Christmas.
that.
Yeah. Kim's like, yes, Merry Christmas, Kim.
How great, like, don't our hearts feel just great? Like, often our greatest gift is when we give. And how great to teach our children to do this, to sit around and go, hey,
Yeah.
this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
And bless other people. And doesn't that just...
Yes.
So I have a problem. I need about like 20 of these.
I think Cheryl brought some.
How would I or anybody, like, how do we grab one of these? How do we get a hold
love
of
it.
this?
Well, you need to go to our website, worldvision.ca, where you can get more. You can get an online catalog and have lots of fun looking
Okay.
around on
Yeah.
there. If you want other paper versions, we can certainly, by contacting the office, we can certainly send you more. But really, the best place to go is worldvision.ca and have
Okay.
fun wandering around.
Oh, it's so much fun.
That's so cool.
You know, Cheryl, thank you for, for coming.
This
I
is great.
think it just was a pause for us to say, okay, whoa, in the busyness of our Christmas season and day, we just needed to take a moment, kind of reframe, refocus, and sort of come down and be at peace and say, okay, there's alternatives
Yes.
to the crazy malls.
Yeah.
And in a way with the gift catalog to really, help
Yeah.
our family understand what's happening
Yeah.
in the world, to care for, the
Yeah.
world. We've been talking about that all Advent, about being a light to the world and
Yeah.
what we
Right.
can do
Yeah.
to love and bring hope
Yeah.
and peace and joy.
Yeah.
So this is a really great example. And I'm looking at this. This is catching my eyes. This is
So
another
this
one
is
of them.
another
I
good gift.
Look at this.
Look at the colors.
Look at the colors of this.
so beautiful.
So that's just one of the gifts
Yes. Yeah.
that is there.
Why don't you throw that on? Give it a whirl, Melinda.
Thank you, ladies. Oh, I love it. Well, Cheryl, thanks so much for being with us today, and thanks for bringing us the gift catalog and these artisanal gifts like my beautiful scarf and for making a difference in the lives of children all over the world. So appreciate the work that you do. Cheryl and Kimberly, thank you for your thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're excited about the gift catalog
so
and what we can
excited.
do.
Yep.
Jen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And I know you're excited about this. Another goat for the old goats.
Date. I think maybe another go.
Amazing. And to you, our generous viewers, why not this season do something different, alternative, life-changing for the most vulnerable around the world? Why don't you go to our website, seehearelove.com or worldvision.ca and click on the World Vision gift catalog button, just like that, easy, and buy gifts for your kids, husband, wife, parents, and grandparents who have a lot of stuff already. Also, aren't these gifts beautiful? And these are things that you can get as well and support in the work of World Vision. And you can make a difference in a child's life today. So go to the website and click on the World Vision Canada button. And so we end this show, like we started the show, with a prayer for peace, with peace as our focus for you this week. That you will embrace His peace that endures, that you will embrace His peace that surpasses all of your understanding, that you will embrace His peace, the true peace that can only come from the Prince of Peace, the mighty God, and the everlasting Father. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Monday on See Hear Love as we celebrate the Advent Week of Joy. Bye-bye.